Hi, I'm April in room 3A, and this is
Hadley and Pip.
and our dog Pip. He's going to help.
And
She's going to help. And today we have some homemade resurrection eggs since Sunday we're going to be celebrating Easter. And so I have 12 eggs, and inside each egg there is a special item. And so I'm going to explain to you what's inside each egg. So here we have our first egg that Hadley's going to hold up. And it says, "Now as they were eating, Jesus took bread, and after blessing it, broke it, and gave it to his disciples, and said, 'Take, eat, this is my body.'" And so that was Jesus' Last Supper with the disciples, and that was Matthew 26:26. Okay. And then we have egg number 2. And inside this egg, there are some coins. And it says, "Then one of the 12 disciples, whose name was Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priest and said, 'What will you give me if I deliver him over to you?' And they paid him 30 pieces of silver. And from that moment, he sought an opportunity to betray him." And that was one of his 12 disciples that they were wanting to betray Jesus. And that's in Matthew 26:14 through 16. And then we have our third egg. And it says, "And they stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him," in Matthew 27:28. And so this represents the robe that he was wearing, that Jesus was wearing. All right, and then we have egg number 4. And you'll find some thorns inside this egg. It says, "Twisting together a crown of thorns, they put it on his head and put a reed in his right hand. And kneeling before him, they mocked him, saying, 'Hail, King of the Jews.'" And so that they made the crown of thorns, and they put that on Jesus' head. And I'm sure it was very, very painful to wear. And that's in Matthew 27:29. And then we have egg number 5, and there should be a rope. It says, "So Pilate, wishing to satisfy the crowd, released for them Barabbas, and having scourged Jesus, he delivered him to be crucified." In Mark 15:15, Jesus was whipped with a rope. And then in egg number 6, there's a cross. So they took Jesus, and he went out bearing his own cross to the place called the place of a skull, which is called Golgotha, in John 19:16 through 17. And then in egg number 7, there's a nail. There they crucified him, and with him 2 others, one on either side, and Jesus between them. And that was in John 19:18. And then we have egg number 8. There's a sign inside of there. It says, "There was also an inscription over him." It says, "This is the King of the Jews." And that's in Luke 23:38. We have a sign right here. It says, "The King of the Jews." And then we have egg number 9, vinegar sponge. It says, and one of them at once ran and took a sponge, filled it with sour wine, and put it on a reed, and gave it to him to drink. It's Matthew 27:48. He was so thirsty, and that's all they gave him to drink. I can't imagine how terrible that was. And we have egg number 10. There should be cloves in there, and it says, "The women who had come with him from Galilee followed and saw the tomb and how his body was laid. Then they returned and prepared spices and ointments for him." This is Luke 23:5 through 6. And then we have egg number 11. There should be a rock inside. It says, Joseph took the body, wrapped it in a clean linen cloth, and placed it in his own new tomb that he had cut out of the rock. He rolled a big stone in front of the entrance to the tomb and went away. And that's in Matthew 27:59 through 60. And then the big reveal, egg number 12, is empty. It says Jesus was no longer there. It says, but the angel said to the women, do not be afraid, for I know that you seek Jesus who was crucified. He is not here, for he has risen. As he said, come, see the place where he lay, in Matthew 28:55 through 56. So, happy Easter, and thank you for listening.